What are some of the leadership? You talked about your second platoon being super tight and super close. What were some of the leadership characteristics that you saw from the platoon chief and the platoon commander that as you look back, you recognize that those were really good traits that really brought everyone together?
Well, was our chief. He made senior chief, and he'd been over about 3 times. And it was just very easygoing, but very sharp. And he understood things really well. Our LPO was Gary Smith, Chief Jet Smith. And he had been a PRU advisor in that province.
Oh, that's nice.
So as far as getting intel on all of our other sides, it was perfect. And then, I won't say much about him, but our LT, he was outstanding. He went on almost every op. In fact, one time he'd burn his hand with a smoke grenade. We were still going to go out, and he was going to go out with us. He just had his hand wrapped up and shit. So he was over at the officers' club on the Navy side eating, and the officers were saying, well, your hand's all bandaged up and shit. You're still going out? He says, yeah, if they get by my guys, I'm dead anyway. But he was really good. He had his stuff together. He was just savvy, just had his head on his shoulders, figured out things, quick thinker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just innate. He was just good, you know.
And how about, we always obviously hear now veterans get treated great now. I mean, from the Afghan war and the Iraq war, we get treated really great for the most part, by America and by the public. We get treated really well compared to what you guys had to deal with in Vietnam. Well, how much of that did you see when you'd come home? Coronado is a pretty pro-Navy town. And San Diego is a pretty pro-Navy town. Was it the same way back then? Was it relatively pro-Navy, or did you see some of the hippies and whatnot coming on in?
They had some demonstrations sometimes, you know what I mean, like downtown San Diego, but not much. And we basically just hung out here in San Diego or to other bars that we knew. We'd fly out on North Island, fly into North Island. It wasn't like we were flying into San Francisco or something. So we didn't get hit with that real heavily, you know what I mean? And if we did have issues at a bar somewhere, we usually squirted away pretty quick, you know? So it wasn't really a problem. We didn't really, our guys here, the East Coast guys, I don't know, but our guys here, we didn't really have a thing.